Hello, my name is Jim Mac, and I want to tell you the story of a Doiler, Cara MacRee, that's Gaelic for Pava me heart. But I need you to ferry across prayers and answers, or give me this dream, this coin spinning on the edge of the well I am asking. This town has never seen me heart, and in dark bedclothes, me hands do move to fetch off. I'll see hell for this. So I'm up all hours under moon and first light, the rosary cuffing me hands together, God's chain of beads leashing the brute of sin, prayers to run down desire, to last this life for heaven's light. Me da tells them to be less sour when there's bread and tea on the table, but I'm a fated arrow from a strange man's bow. My hands smell of Bible dust from all my reading I am asking, but find only guilt for a pillow at the end of exhaustion. I've been up so long, my eyes are fooling, but I've no visions of angels. Only him. Desire, disregard, skin. I can't even confess this, so I count my rosary like the beads or coins, play the working man slip jigs with my flute, songs so simple they sound only of joy, taught to me by the pal of me heart, Doiler. The arms I pretend blankets into, the lips I practice for, he is a sea, a rebel. Pearl skin in Dublin's rank, the dungman's boy. Rain applauding his smile, a limp making skin him a link of his walk, leg done bad, battered at his father's hands, but he's learning me the way to swim, to draw waters like shadows, to breathe and stroke and breathe, because it's not the last few feet of unknown you'll travel. He says things like that, baking his own Bible, beaming heresy. We go to the 40-foot, that's a rock, where the gentlemen bathe in their skin, but we go on Sunday when all are at mass, and we've run the ocean to larkin fool about, and it was there that his arm always found my shoulder. His moss on stone words, I won't let you drown. Tell me you never wanted to hear that. And his head would turn his lips to cuff me neck, and his sweetly brutal truths. I notice you don't undress with your back to me no more, he said, as our legs draped over one another, drying in the wind, an occasional sun, and his siren song. Can I kiss you? And how could I say no to that? When his hair, dark as night's curtain, could not hide the soft burn of coal in his eyes, the smoke in the heart that warmed for me and none other, but I did. And though my eyes would seem to meet his, and his touch declared my body as mine, a new world, I said no, so he left. Climbed up me drain pipe to me window and said goodbye. This 16-year-old boy was off to be a citizen soldier, to earn the plough and stars badge of socialist ways, the red pin he wore proudly through beatings at school, and priests calling him a hooven beast. He was off to be what he was, a fighter. He said he'd see the likes of me on Easter, and I did ask if he'd come. You see, we swore to swim to the Muglins. That's a rock quite a stretch from the 40-foot. On Easter Sunday 1916, we spat on it, and I would do with a prayer. But now seek songs of rag-shoot men, women with armor enough to raise 5 babes on a washwoman's wages, hymns of meat at the end of desert marches. I would swim every day, wrestle my heart from its guilt without him for me, man, because even then, he was mine. Cara MacRee, Doiler. And don't you know, he came back. Walked into me dad's house, shiny as an extra halfpence on holiday, and said, what cheer, eh? Like no time had passed. And I smiled like I'd been practicing me whole life for it. We ate with my fam and I played footsie under the table. I swear, I thought the grin on my face was going to shoot right off and land on his cheek. And we shared my bed that night. I showed him my new courage. The next day, Easter, we swam that stretch, him with a harder time of it than me now because of his leg. And there on that rock, sin or not, I gave him what men have to give. Took of his. I asked forgiveness. I was asking for more. Life raft up his chest. Bedded first slight sail kiss, we were sun to earth, right as rain to drought. The next morn, he was laid out exhausted from me and the ocean. And I was thinking we were Alexander and Hephaestion, the sacred band of Thebes, lovers marching to war. So I told him I was going to swim, but I left him in bed with warm milk and bread, took his uniform and gun and went to war with the citizens' army. Doyler's army became the Irish Republican Army on that day, and we rose against the British. And I wanted us to fight, he and I, on the same side, to live side by side there, and immortal I was, it's true. The bullets seemed to curl around me to go anywhere but in me. I saved a sergeant, drug him from sniper's view to safety, and I wondered when my man would show up because he was missing all the fun. I could taste him on my lips. Refused food all day and night so as not to disturb the memory. And when morning came, I'm sure he was mad, red-faced furious when he figured what I'd done. His fist thinking of me ahead and worried sick, so he came for me. Of course he did. And I turned with him on the other side of Adelaide Lane and waved as he ran towards me screaming my name, Jim, Jim. And I'd never seen him so in a moment, so with the world and so spiting it. And then I heard us with our guns next to muskets, the sound of the British machine guns like a million heartbeats, and me and Doyler with just our two hearts, only two. He ran in front of me, and his body just shook, danced, and fell. And I tried to pull him to safety, but they just kept tearing into him, racking him with metal, and no bird could fly, carrying so many bullets, and he was already so fucking heavy. So I'm saying, no, I saved a sergeant. This is wrong, not supposed to be. The celibate rush of life from my man, I heard him leave me, none other and only a kissing sound like praise from my exiting lips. We took him to the hospital and laid him with the dead. I put his uniform on him and left him with other soldiers, others who died fighting to just be what they are. And I know if my feet ever lose bottom, I'll sink. I am stone, I cannot swim this world. I am 16. And still in love with the waves that wash the cold cream of his back as he trolled ahead of me. I see him in dreams. He comes to me over dunes, lifting his cap, what cheer, eh? And I cannot catch him to be with him. Until eventually in the dreams I won't look at him when he comes. I'll just sit in the sand, turn me back and ask him, why do you walk away? You know it breaks my heart so how many times do I have to lose you? And when I wake, I fight. Carried on against the British, and it is revenge. It is because I can't swim no more. Eventually, his taste is gone from my lips, and the bullets stop curving and find me. And this time, the last sleep, I do look for him. And he comes. Of course he does. Tipping his cap. Oh, cheer, hey. I love, always and forever. Oh, cheer. So we swim. Cara MacRee and me, leaving the world to you and yours. You can have it. We don't need it. We don't fucking need it.